What's up, it's your boy Michael AFK. I don't know if I'm gonna go into a rant. It depends on how angry I get as I continue having this conversation with my illustrious panel around here. But let me go ahead and say this real quick, because I'm not gonna talk about the NBA draft because our KT's gonna handle that for us. But let me just say plainly, I'm tired of motherfuckers moving the barometer or whatever you want to call it, the goalpost, the spectrum on what makes somebody great and what makes somebody not great. This is how I know a lot of y'all don't know sports. Y'all just talking with y'all emotions because y'all feel something instead of actually putting stats and what you see on the screen or to your actual criteria. What makes you the GOAT? Is it rings? Because if it's rings, it's Bill. If it's the NFL, it's Brady as far as in quarterbacks go. What is your criteria that makes somebody the GOAT in basketball? Is it actual skill? Because if it's skill, are we talking about offensive skill, defensive skill, it's skill as a whole? Because if it's offensive skill, it's between Kyrie Irving and my favorite player Allen Iverson and Jason Kidd and people of that nature that you can like toss up and see who. But it will probably Stephon Marbury, because if you actually know your game like you know your game, Stephon was that dude till the NBA kicked him out. Or is it defense where you actually have somebody like Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen and Kobe Bryant and somebody who don't get enough credit for his defense and Dwight Howard and stuff like that. So what is your barometer for what makes somebody an actual NBA great and somebody who's actually worked it? And the reason why I bring this up is because of the conversation going around right now about ring culture. Tracy McGrady, one of the greatest to ever play it. You were not Kobe Bryant, but I understood your point that if you was on the same team as Shaq, you would have won a ring, maybe 2, but not 3, because Kobe was the only person in the league at that time that would have stood up to Shaq. The only other person that would have said something to Shaq because he was an actual nigga would have been AI. You were not that guy. You was a lot more laid back and chill. You didn't always come out with your chest, so you just gotta kind of throw that to the wayside. I understood your point. I think you fire. I don't put you as high as some other people like Foz and stuff do, but I understand who you are as a player. Now, with that being said, let's get to my point. To me, what makes a great player is that if I remove you from a situation, that team drops dramatically. If I put you back in that situation, that team goes up dramatically. And you want to know who the only players to do that? Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. When Kobe got hurt, that team was nothing. When LeBron left Cleveland, that team wasn't nothing. When he left Miami, that team wasn't nothing. When he left Cleveland again, that team has been nothing. Well, now they're getting better, but they were nothing for a long time. When you had MJ, they didn't make it far, and then they got bounced out of the first round the first 4 years. Then when they went on a three-peat, you remove MJ, and then that team still won 58 games. It was one play away from making it to the finals again. And guess who was the leader of that team? Scottie motherfucking Pippen. You bring MJ back, and then they win 3 more championships. Now, what does that tell you? Because there was a 2-year stretch where Houston was on their thing. That would mean that if you won 58 games, that would mean that your team is a super team. Because that means it's already good. So if I bring you back, nigga, you're just bringing Kevin Durant back on the goddamn Golden State Warriors. That's all that is. So does that mean that does that exclude you from being a great? No. Does it mean that you were a great leader? Yes, but you know what it also means? You were also not the person doing all the work. And I can bring up my point. Y'all don't like to talk about stats because stats is the only thing that y'all feel like it devalues what you're trying to say. But let's put this in perspective. In the 90s, best of the Bulls, between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, who do y'all think had the most playoff wins? Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan?
Scottie Pippen.
It was Scottie Pippen. 183 to Michael Jordan's 165. Who you think had more points, Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan?
Scottie Pippen.
It was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had 18,014. Overall during the 90s. Scottie Pippen had 14,000. Okay? Michael Jordan got him beat by almost 4,000 points. Now, who you think got more rebounds in the 90s? Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan?
Scottie.
It is Scottie. Who you think got more assists? Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen. Who you think got more steals? Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. Who you think got more blocks? Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. Who you think got more all-team defense? Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. And who you think got more triple doubles? Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan has Scottie beat in one stat: points. Scottie did everything. You were nothing without him.
Nope.
You were nothing without him.
Nobody.
And every time you got your ass beat by Detroit Pistons, your ass went to the GM and said, "Give me that player." Because if y'all don't notice, 3 of the players in each of his three-peat, he had at least one bad boy Piston on that squad. So you didn't beat the Detroit Pistons, you made them join you.
Wait, so is this a diss at Tracy or is this a diss at Michael?
This is a diss at nobody. I'm attacking ring culture right now. Because people's barometer is Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I'm finna destabilize all of that because that makes no sense when you talk about actual being a great player. And I think Michael Jordan is a great player. I don't think he's the greatest player. Y'all go to, he had 10 scoring titles. Congratulations. He had 10 scoring titles. You could score out the wazoo, but you did not guard the best player. That was Scotty's job. And when you was getting your ass beat by Gary Payne, guess what Michael did? Hey, Scotty, I can't do it. You go handle it. Now, does that mean that you're smart enough to realize that you can't handle it? Yes, but you know what that also means? You're not the greatest defensive player on your motherfucking team.
That also means LeBron would never.
LeBron would tell them, get off the best player. I got it, because y'all can't handle it.
LeBron would never.
Scotty, LeBron, I'll throw it to Tracy and Dwight. And it's only been Dennis Rodman. It's only been a handful of people that can guard 1 through 5. And Michael Jordan couldn't guard a point guard, a shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and a center. He never did it. He never did it. You know who did? Magic Johnson. I'm tired of ring culture because y'all only say that to try to diminish everybody who came after Michael. That's what y'all do because Michael gave you a fucking feeling. He came in at the right time, and it's already been proven that some of his stats are faulty because people have been going back and checking the tape, and some of those steals he didn't actually steal. Some of those points he didn't actually make. So the league tricked you so that you could feel he was one thing, so that you could love the NBA more. And I get it, because the NBA is not a sports league, it's a business. That's what the fuck it says on his website. So I get it. You placate. You do what you got to do to get the people interested. I'm not against it. I just am talking to the fans, not the NBA itself. The fans. What makes a great player in the NBA is that individual player. If you remove that individual player, what does that team become? And if you're that great, the greatness should stand. You're upset because y'all say, oh, longevity for LeBron. Well, longevity plays into a factor of being fucking great. Can you be great for a long period of time? Jordan was great he played 15 years, we'll say at best 10. LeBron's been great from the time he walked in the door, and the nigga's 40 and still one of the top 5 players right now, arguably. For sure top 10. He's 40. He's so great, y'all still hold him to the standard as if the nigga was 26 years old. That's the standard y'all hold him to. But when Mike was with the Wizards at the age of 38, 40, whatever the fuck he was, y'all didn't do that to him. So that shows the bias. LeBron was supposed to win in 2014 Defensive Player of the Year. Y'all didn't vote him in because that would have been a year that he won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and won an NBA title. And you just could not let him, of all people, get it because he was the closest thing to actually being Jordan that y'all ever saw. And y'all said, we can't let him have it. You don't vote for him for all defense as much as he has been deserving of it because you're like, well, he's not doing what I want him to do. He's not an asshole like Michael Jordan was.
10 straight finals, bro.
It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter that he went to, it was eight straight finals. What matters to them is you don't give me the feeling that Michael Jordan gave me, which tells me it's not that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He gave you a fucking feeling. Because you got no backing on what it means to be an actual great player. He was not that great on individual defense as much as all the people were saying that who played against him said that he was. They said he was okay, but Scotty, Dennis, and the rest of them boys was helping him. So it made him look better than what he was. Because when he had the guard one-on-one, he got beat a lot. He don't flop. There's videos all out there that showing that he's flopped. That shows that he's over flopped. That show him do way too much. It's videos of him complaining to the refs. But the only difference is that the refs actually listen to him and says, you know what? We're going to call a foul for you. They don't do that for the players just playing today. I will give it to you. A lot of the players back.
Going around this ref was really following. Like, really, Michael? Did he follow you?
Yeah. It's still there. The NBA tried to wipe it clean, but you can't. Fair use. Because people are talking about it. So, and I'm not just bagging on Michael because that goes to Magic Johnson. He said he told Anthony Edwards talk to him when Anthony Edwards wins a ring. As much as I love you, Magic Johnson, as much as I think you are one of the best players of all time, you came out the gate with fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as your running mate. Who did Anthony Edwards have that was a top 3 player of all time when he walked through the door? He had not even Julius Randle. He had Rudy Gobert. And I don't even think Rudy was there when he first got there. Yeah, he had Cat. So when you're holding these guys...
Rudy is a good ball player. Rudy is a good ball player.
No, I think Rudy's a great ball player. But I'm comparing Kareem to Rudy. Because of what Magic said about Anthony Edwards. You're making a case as if you're the sole reason the Lakers won when you had somebody named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right there who had won a ring already in Milwaukee. You had James Worthy.
But to throw a little cake Magic way, he did revolutionize the game back then. He did come in and change everything.
Yes.
And when Kareem went down, he not only took over the team, he led them.
Yeah. I'm not taking it away from Magic. I'm just saying when you came in, you had that with you. Anthony Edwards didn't have that.
Yeah, old ass Kareem though.
Well, he played with Kareem, I think, like 4 or 5 years. But that's away from the point that I'm making. At the end of the day, you had somebody there that was already considered, if not the greatest, one of the greatest in your doors. So not only could you already be who you are, but there was space to fuck up because you had the general to clean it up.
So how do you feel, imagine this, how do you feel about them saying, how do you feel about the help part? You know what I'm saying, that people are having too much help.
I think
they're acting like Jordan didn't have it.
I think the reason why they say that is it again, I think it's the same thing when you talk to old niggas and they talk to us. I think it's so much of this is what I had to go through that when you look at the next generation, you're hateful. I think they don't like that a lot of these players are getting the money that they're getting because they wish that they had got it. Even though there should be an understanding of, yes, because of you we're here, but a lot of the young players don't necessarily dog the old players. They say, hey, we're better because they are, because you have to be. Like the talent gets better and better, or supposed to get better and better and better. There's nothing nobody can tell me like, oh, LeBron couldn't have played in that era. That's bullshit. Because you had a walking almost LeBron and Scottie Pippen and Karl Malone. LeBron shouldn't have to score 36, 37 points a game for you to feel like he's one of the GOATs. He doesn't need a bag. Because at the end of the day, if he don't got a bag, why the fuck nobody stopped him? I don't got a bag, but I got the most points ever in the NBA.
Most points ever.
I don't got a bag, but I'm top 5 in rebounds. I don't got a bag, but I'm top 10 in steals or top 5 in steals. I don't got a bag, but I'm top 10 in assists. What are we talking about right now?
It's still going there.
Oh, well, he never scored 81 like Kobe did. So who gives a fuck? LeBron is one of the only players in history in almost a 5 to 10 year span was the leader in every single category on his team. Oh, but that don't matter. That don't matter. Because he didn't make me feel like Jordan did. His shoes don't make me swoon like Jordan's do. All that tells me is that you have a hard-on for Jordan. And you can't stand LeBron because he's nice. You couldn't give Carmelo the credit because he didn't win a ring. You didn't like Allen Iverson because he made you look at real niggas. That's what that tells me. That's all that tells me. So with that being said, that's my diss on the ring culture. I think ring culture is retarded because you got a lot of players who never won a ring who's outstanding. Allen Iverson never won a ring, but I'ma always say this to all you Jordan psychopaths. If Jordan is so great, why did the league have to throw out AI's crossover after he crossed Jordan over the week after he did it? Because your dude couldn't handle that. So he called up his daddy, David Stern, and said, can you ban that move? I can't do nothing against that. And I don't want to look like a fool.
And that's daddy, David Stern.
That's what happened. Why was Jordan the only person who could tell the refs that was a foul and they listened to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the league didn't say nothing about it back then. They didn't get on ESPN First Take or whatever was on back then and say, hey, Jordan, that's not cool. They didn't do that. As I seem to recall, they was like, but it was a foul. So why didn't Jordan say that? So you saying when LeBron got hit in the hand when he was trying to go for the layup against the Celtics, and then he missed it and they didn't call the foul, and then he get on his knees because he was so pissed off. Oh, that's him doing too much.
Yeah, he cried.
That's too much. That's what you're saying. Okay. So you just don't like LeBron. You don't like none of the new players because it doesn't feel like the league from back in the day. Cool, but all that tells me is that you don't like things changing, and you're so nostalgic on your own childhood and you in your 20s when you were athletically inclined, but now you 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and you can't do shit, so the only thing you can go back to is back in my day. Because that's all the fuck that is. So with that being said, ring culture is retarded because it's a team fucking sport. If you're talking about comparing individual players, there's nobody better than LeBron. AI's better than fucking Michael Jordan. Kobe was better than Michael Jordan. Kareem was better than Michael Jordan. And if you're talking about pure scoring, ain't nobody been better than Carmelo Anthony. I'm done.